Eli Tanner, 37, lived a quiet life in the Sellwood-Moreland neighborhood of Portland. A remote tech consultant for a cybersecurity firm, he enjoyed his solitude, his tech gadgets, and the small things, like a good cup of coffee, jazz records, and long walks through the neighborhood park. Most of his neighbors barely knew him, and he preferred it that way. Across the street lived Carol Whitmore, a retired schoolteacher in her 60s who ran the neighborhood watch group. She was the type who sent emails about lawn height regulations and labeled her recycling bins with laminated signs. Karen had always seen Eli as odd, mostly because he kept to himself, rarely attended block meetings, and worked all hours of the day. One Thursday afternoon in March, Eli began noticing strange lags in his internet. Video calls dropped. His Ring security app crashed. His motion alerts were off. It didn't feel like a regular service hiccup. Something was wrong. Curious, Eli logged into his router admin panel and spotted something suspicious. A connected device named PrivateNet PDX. The device wasn't his, and it had been online for over 2 weeks, streaming heavy data. He pulled up logs and found evidence that wasn't just strange, it was alarming. The device had been accessing his smart home system, including security cameras, lights, and even the smart door lock API. Even worse, as he dug deeper, Eli discovered unauthorized feeds from nearby homes, as if someone had piggybacked through his network into the neighborhood's smart devices. Just as Eli was gathering all this, pacing outside and trying to call his internet provider, Karen, watching from her living room window, decided something was off. She called the non-emergency police line and reported that her neighbor might be hacking smart devices and doing something illegal with neighborhood Wi-Fi. Within 15 minutes, 2 officers, Detective Leah Navarro and Officer Jake Carter, pulled up outside Eli's home. Karen stepped out dramatically, pointing and telling them,
"That's him. He's always on that phone, and something weird's been happening with my Ring feed too."
Eli, calm but surprised, explained what he'd found and offered to show the officers everything on his laptop. He mirrored his screen onto his smart TV so everyone could see. What appeared on the screen made Karen gasp. Live feeds from at least 5 different houses appeared one after the other, including Karen's own porch cam. The police immediately took the matter seriously. Eli, using his cybersecurity skills, helped them trace the IP routing, signal strength, and device MAC address logs. The digital trail led them to a house just 3 doors down Karen's own sister's home. Inside lived Zachary Whitmore, Karen's 19-year-old nephew who had moved in a few months earlier after dropping out of a coding boot camp. Quiet, always on his laptop, Zach had set up a spoof Wi-Fi network called PrivateNet PDX to trick neighbors into connecting their devices. Once connected, he intercepted data, cracked into unsecured smart devices, and started snooping just for fun. When confronted, Zach tried to deny everything, but once the logs and feeds were presented to him, he broke. He admitted he never meant harm, it started as a joke, but the power was too tempting. Watching neighbors come and go, seeing deliveries, even spying on arguments, it gave him a rush. Zach was arrested and charged with unauthorized computer access, wiretapping, and invasion of privacy. His laptop was seized. Several families pressed charges. At the next neighborhood meeting, Karen gave a shaky, red-faced apology to Eli, calling it all a misunderstanding and saying she hoped they could move forward. She even brought brownies. Eli declined the brownies, thanked the officers, and made one last change to his network. He renamed it Karen Was Wrong, just for a little poetic justice. In a world where privacy is one click away from being shattered, remember, sometimes the real threat isn't the quiet neighbor, but the secrets hidden in your own home. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another shocking tale. See you in the next one.